Saint. I'm an women's empowerment coach, and in this channel we talk about all things self-care, self-love, and being the best versions of you. So if you're looking for that, consider subscribing and let's get started. Okay, so self-care is one of the most important things in our everyday lives, because as we're working, we're running, we're ripping, we're all over the place, we're taking care of kids, we may have a significant other at home that we got to attend to, and then we get carried away and we forget about ourselves. And that's where self-care comes in, because I know for me, when it comes to something like, for example, my siblings, my sisters, we are a very tight-knit family. And if it's something that they need, I will be right there. I'll drop everything just to attend to them. But when it boils down to my mom, dad, whatever, same applies. And if you were a mother, I can't imagine what that may be like as well too, because I've always heard from my siblings that being a mother is one of the hardest jobs you'll ever have. Very fulfilling, and it's great getting that unconditional love, but sometimes you get buried and carried away and you forget about yourself. So self-care is important. So here are some tips and tools and strategies that you can use to implement more self-care in your life. Tip number 1 would be taking that time out for yourself. Whether it's waking up a little bit more earlier than you normally would while everybody is sleeping, you take that time for yourself. You may want to do some breathing exercises. You may want to watch that show, eat that snack, eat that food. Just really taking that time for yourself to really unwind, clear your mind. And for some of us, you may be thinking, okay, that's nothing, that's not, but for some other people, that might be all that they have been wanting and longing for. Just getting that moment of quietness, of peacefulness before everybody's up. You're taking that time for yourself and you are clearing your mind. You may want to journal at this time. You may want to listen to your favorite music. You may want to watch your favorite show. Whatever it is. You may want to even give yourself a facial. Whatever it is, only you would know. And just really taking that time for yourself to clear your mind and to feel a sense of normalcy. Number 2, going to get a facial. A facial, a massage, something that you normally would not do, you normally would not have time to do. But in this case, now that you're prioritizing self-care, you're going to find a way. Maybe whether it's a babysitter, if you have one, your significant other, maybe siblings, somebody trustworthy that can watch the baby if you have a baby. If not, if you have a crazy busy work schedule, learn to, block off time for that self-care. That time for yourself, because the job can wait, okay? And I'm not saying that for you to get fired or anything. I'm just saying that the job will be there, the tasks will be there, your staff will be there, but what are you doing to prioritize yourself? Get that massage, get that facial, feel good about yourself. We all, after getting a facial and massage, we feel like a different person. So implement that. There are different packages, for example, like Hand and Stone. They have packages like about, I don't know, maybe like $60, $70 a month. And you can implement that into your self-care routine of, really dedicating that time for yourself that you normally won't. Because, and I'm guilty of it, I've done it plenty of times where getting super busy and overwhelmed with work, you have a tendency of forgetting and not doing the smaller things that mean the world to you. So definitely prioritize, a spa day. Getting massage, getting facial, and just really pouring into yourself. Also, the next tip is working out. Exercising, going to the gym, or even if you are unable to go to the gym for whatever reason, Try some self-workout, working out at home, whether it's in your backyard, in your living room, in your bedroom if you can, on your balcony, starting off slowly, maybe 3 sets of 10 exercises, and then as time go on, gradually increase that, just so that you can feel, accomplished. Like, okay, I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do 10 sets of 3, 3 sets of 10, or even I'm gonna do a push-up today. And then you pick and choose, and you start to implement that, and you start to form a routine for your days, and you start to build that habit. And next you start to eat better. You're exercising, you're feeling good about yourself. You start to feel like a new person because you are starting to prioritize self-care. And that brings me to the next one, your mental health. Your mental health is super, super important. What you're putting in your mind, what you're viewing, what you're seeing, what you're consuming plays a major role in how you feel within. So if you have toxic friends, toxic people around you, limit the phone calls. Probably might even want to cut those people off, right? Because who has time to listen to somebody else's gossip in their business? Nobody has time for that, What you're consuming, what you're watching on TV, who are you following, the different accounts on social media. You want to start to see things more positive or follow people that are doing things that you want to do in your life. So when you're putting in that poison or things that are toxic and negative, we start to compare ourselves to other, and it can really take a negative toll on you. So take care of your mental health. Write down how you're feeling. Journal. Talk to someone. There's nothing wrong with going to therapy and speaking to somebody about how you feel and what you're going through. If you're going through a heartache, if you're going through pain, grief, find ways that work for you that can be very therapeutic. Only you would know it work for you. Some people, it works to talk to somebody who they trust. Some people may want to go, walk on the beach. Even like I mentioned before, working out can be therapeutic for you, mentally. You want to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Because if you're depressed, you're sad, you're keeping everything balled up inside, you shouldn't have to deal with this alone. Take care of your mental health. Take care of yourself. And I know it's easily said than done. We all deal with things differently. Grief, heartbreak, depression. Know that you are loved, you are appreciated, and you will make it through. Just don't give up. And really pour into yourself and ask yourself, why are you feeling this way? And start to shift your mindset and to look at things differently. Well, I feel this way today, or I don't feel like I look attractive today. Well, shift that differently and look at it like, you know what? I don't feel my best today, but you know what? I am grateful for X, Y, and Z. Or I don't like this, but I love this about myself. Start to shift and transition what you're starting to say about yourself. And that brings me to the next one. Speaking positively to yourself. Positive affirmations can go a long way, okay? Saying, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am phenomenal. You start to speak these things into existence. I am smart, I am loved, I am amazing. What I do in the mirror, of course, after I work out, I pray and everything like that, I'll say something positive. Today's gonna be a great day. I am amazing, I am loved, I am beautiful, I am gorgeous, and I am the one. You start to speak these things into existence. You start to believe it. You start to know it. Because if you don't say these things to yourself, you're going to continue. Some people may expect others to say it to them. No, self-love comes from within. Those positive affirmations you're saying to yourself can really help you. You're speaking it into existence. You start to believe it. You start to form a routine. You start to say positive things to you instead of negative things to you. Because if you're constantly saying something negative about yourself, you start to believe it. No, forget that. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am powerful. I am a force to be reckoned with. And you find different positive things to say about yourself. Write it down. If you honestly feel that, you know what, I want to build a different routine. I want to say these things to myself. Start to write it down. And if you want to say it to yourself each and every day, which I recommend, go ahead and build that routine. It's super, super important. And the next one is really, really surrounding yourself and putting yourself where you see yourself. So when it boils down to self-care, you are prioritizing yourself, of course. Not saying no one else matters, but how can you expect to give them, let's say 100% when you're not at 100%? You are feeling a certain kind of way about yourself. You're negatively talking to yourself or saying things. You're putting yourself down. Nobody wants to be around that negative person. No one wants to be around someone that's constantly talking down about themselves. You have to take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and really, really understand that you are that chick. And when you walk in that room, you light it up. You gotta think like that. Because if you don't, no one else will. And it's nobody else's responsibility to feel that way or make you feel that way. Nobody can make you feel anything. Stop giving people all this power. These guys, your husband, your wife, whatever. All of this power. Love, self-love comes from within. Confidence comes from within. Focus on how you feel about yourself. And if you don't feel something about yourself, why do you feel this about yourself? Think about that. And the next one is your eating habits. What did you eat today? You know how you had that goal that you always wanted to tone up, you wanted to lose weight, you wanted to gain a little bit of weight, you wanted to do better. What happened to that? Let's start prioritizing your healthy eating habits, implementing that into yourself. Eat better, working out, you start to feel better. And you start to look at yourself differently in the mirror, like, oh, I'm looking good, losing weight, I'm toning up, I'm gaining a little bit of weight, I'm this and that. It depends on what works for you, but in a healthier way. And I'm not saying that overnight you're just gonna wake up and say X, Y, and Z, but think about it this way. If it's something you truly want to do, stop making excuses and putting it off and start. Because if you quickly, let's say you do something to get yourself out of your comfort zone, it's gonna push you to just do it. When you just do it, you're gonna be like, you know what? That wasn't so bad. Let me do this, let me do that. So when you start to eat better, you start to feel better about yourself. And then you continue and you start to build that routine. And before you know it, mentally, you start to eat better, you start to take better of yourself, your skin starts to clear up. It was really hard for me because I eat a lot. Not, maybe I'm over exaggerating a bit, but I do eat a lot. But after seeing, eating better and going on these diets, every couple months I'm going on these different diets, and they help me not only physically but emotionally as well too, because I'm challenging myself. Everyone who knows me knows that I love fried chicken. I know, don't judge me. And I know that when I need to cut it off to not eat it because I need to eat better, I cut it off. But it didn't get to that point so easily. It took time for me to get to that point. I had to really, really set my mind up and say, you know what, this is not good for me. I'm no longer eating this. I'm gonna do better. And how to gradually stop. And, you know, I'm guilty of it. There's certain things that I've eaten, that I eat, that I shouldn't be eating. And then I realize it is a process to do so. I start mentally, emotionally, well, what are the negative effects of this? Why is this bad? I start to analyze, I think about it, I process it, and I execute. And you can do too. You can do that too. So make sure you're eating better, whatever that means to you. Every guru, everybody out there has different advice on what you should and should not be eating. It's like so overwhelming. It makes you think like, okay, should I eat this? Should I not eat this? What am I doing? But do your own research. Don't just go based off of what certain people are saying. Do your own research and figure out what you think would be best for you. Just eat in a healthier portion, and eat better. Implement some greens, you know, whatever that may work best for you after you're doing your own research. But all of these different things play a major role in self-care, because it's about how you feel, how you think, what are you putting into your body? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking time out for yourself? And are you really prioritizing yourself? And that's what self-care is all about. So what exactly are you going to do today to prioritize yourself, your self-love, your self-care, and do something for you? So I challenge you today to really think about something different that you're going to do so that you can learn to prioritize self-care and really making it a priority. Because I am not missing my facials, I'm not missing my massages, I'm not missing my workouts, I'm definitely not missing my positive affirmations. I'm not missing out on any of that stuff because I learned to prioritize those things, and self-care is important to me. And I'm not gonna let anyone take that away from me, because that's for me. I built that for myself, and I hope to inspire, empower, and motivate, you know, people all over the world of different tips, tools, and strategies on how to prioritize yourself, starting with your mindset and gradually leading to the importance of yourself, self-care, self-love, and being the best version of you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Wendy Shaw Saint, and until next time, peace.